Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be discussing trust after a toxic, dysfunctional, narcissistic abuse relationship. It's a question that I've heard time and time again from my clients over the years, which is, how will I ever trust again? This is a valid question to ask when you have been in a relationship with someone who is actively seeking to erode your self-esteem, your confidence, gaslighting you to the point where you are questioning your perception of things, your memory, or even your sanity. Narcissistic abuse can erode one's intuition. It is incredibly hurtful and harmful to be betrayed by someone that you have not only invested so much time in, but a person that you have placed your trust in. So many of us grew up in toxic, dysfunctional, narcissistic, abusive homes, where our first toxic relationships were with our parents, parent, and or caregiver. If you were gaslit as a child, you will grow into an adult who does not trust their own compass, making it easier for an abusive, toxic partner to infiltrate your life. As kids, if you were cold, sensitive, you're making things up. Perhaps you hear your parents having loud arguments, right? Throwing things, screaming. And the following morning, you ask your mother, let's say, why were you and dad fighting last night? And she tells you, we were not fighting. What are you talking about? You must be hearing things again. You're always making things up. You are just so sensitive, whatever it may be. And there are so many ways that gaslighting can show up, and countless examples. What do you think that happens to that child who grows up and becomes an adult? They don't trust themselves. They lose touch with their innate intuition. So that when you're in an adult relationship and your partner starts to tell you, you're crazy. What are you talking about? That never happened. I never said that. You're hearing things again. You're making things up again. We tend to question ourselves, blame ourselves, pathologize, because that's the only thing that we've known. That's been our go-to. But here's the thing. Trust is a relationship with oneself. You heal a broken heart by mending your relationship to yourself. More often than not, the person you're actually grieving here is yourself. We come to terms with the fact that we have most likely abandoned ourselves countless times in these toxic dynamics. We have to show up with self-compassion, self-awareness, and grieve. So how do we begin to connect with this innate compass when we have been so disconnected from ourselves for so many years? By working with our inner child, by showing up for ourselves, baby steps, little things that you can do for yourself, nourishing your body with healthy foods, slowly cutting out toxic people in your life, learning to set boundaries. This takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. It is not easy, especially if you were not taught from your caregivers how to set a boundary. Learning to sit with ourselves without distractions like food or phone, obsessing over that toxic ex. When we take care of ourselves, we build self-trust. This helps us connect with our built-in compass and intuition. This, again, is not easy work. It involves a lot of self-compassion and self-reflection. I always tell clients it's a journey, not a destination. But this is the work. this is the work that it takes to heal our inner child. And when we do, when we connect to our innate compass or innate intuition, we will be strong enough to set a boundary when and if another toxic person tries to infiltrate our lives again.